You feel that kind of weird feeling in your chest right now that I'm doing something bad or wrong? Hang on to that feeling for a second, because I want to talk about dog-earing books. There are two types of people. There are bookmark people and there are dog-ear people. And there's some interesting history on how those two camps evolved. Ian Gadd is a professor of English literature at Bath Spa University over in the UK, and he says that in England from about the 16th century to the 18th century, dog-earing was not a big deal. In fact, dog-earing a book like the Bible was a way of showing you've been keeping up with the reading.
And so it becomes a sign of piety, to the point that in the late 17th century, or the mid-17th century, there's at least one reference to sort of performative piety. Somebody's illiterate, but then folds over the Bible leaves in order to pretend that they are much more learned than they are.
A few things happened in the 18th century that changed this physical relationship with books. One, literacy became much more widespread. Middle-class people, young people, women were reading, which had the elite class feeling some sort of way about their precious books.
It's a truism of all, in all societies, that the more information there is that circulates, the more anxious those in charge become about what that is saying and who's reading it and what their responses are to it.
Two, by definition, you now had a larger supply of older antique books, which people treated as valuable. And three, subscription libraries became a thing where you pay a fee to have access to borrow certain books.
In terms of the attitudes in the 18th century, but also to the present day, about people getting very anxious if they lend out a book and a book comes back tattier than it was, you didn't treat it properly.
All of that combined led to books becoming an extension of virtue, of morality.
I think it's up there with things like tidy rooms versus untidy rooms, or how quickly you do the washing up. There's an element of a kind of domestic virtue that's part of this as well.
Which is just part of the reason why doing something like this, don't worry, I'm not actually going to do it again, feels so icky. I actually stole this bit of ripping up Hamlet from Gadd, who actually opens up some of his lectures this way, as a way to get his students to really interrogate their relationship with physical books. Because whether you're a bookmark person or a dog-ear person, I think we can all agree there's something ineffably special about the way we treat books.